Welcome to this video. So in this video we are going to dive into the world of Linux. By the end of this video you will understand what is Linux and specifically how you can install Kali Linux on Windows 7, 8, 10 and 11. Not only we will cover the installation process, but you will also learn how to use initial Kali Linux commands, making you more comfortable navigating this powerful operating system. And in the end we will cover some cyber attacks such as phishing attack, DDoS attack, MITM attack and many more. And let's make a deep dive into it, into the fascinating world of Linux and cybersecurity. So before diving into Linux, let's explore what is operating system. So have you ever noticed that what's happened when you turn on your computer or smartphone? Behind the scene there is a powerful software called operating system or OS that makes everything work smoothly. So we can say that an operating system is like the brain of the computer. It manages everything from the apps you use to the hardware inside the machine. And basically it is an interface between user and application. Without an operating system, your device and computer is a dumb machine. It is like that, a body without its soul. Now the OS has a few critical jobs such as process management, memory management, file management, device management and many more. So what are its examples? So its example is Windows operating system, Linux operating system, Mac operating system and also Android operating system. So remember, next time you listen music, play games or perform any other task, so thanks to your operating system. Now moving towards Linux. So Linux is a family of open source Unix-like operating system based on the Linux kernel. Now what is Linux kernel? So its functions the same as operating system do, such as memory management, process management, device management, file system management, security and networking. Now let's talk about Kali Linux. So Kali Linux is a specialized distribution of Linux designed specially for cybersecurity professional and ethical hackers. It comes pre-installed with a variety of tools, tasks such as penetration testing, security research, computer forensic and reverse engineering. Developed and maintained by Offensive Security, Kali Linux is widely used in the cybersecurity community for testing and securing IT systems. Now how can we install Kali Linux on our Windows 7, 8, 10 or 11? So let's figure it out. So before going into the installation process, let me say something to you. So if you are using Windows 7 to install Kali Linux, you may face an error that this program does not support the version of Windows your computer is running. So for fixing this, you may update your Windows or you can install the old version of Kali Linux. So for installing Kali Linux, I need three things. So the first one is the VirtualBox. Now VirtualBox enable us to run multiple operating system in the same time in the same laptop or PC. And the second thing will be the C++ redistributable software. And the third one will be the image file of Kali Linux. So for downloading these stuffs, just open your search browser. In my case, I will open Google Chrome. In your case, it can be Firefox, Opera, UC browser. And I will just search it for VirtualBox and hit enter. So it will take me to its official site. So now click on the first link. So for downloading VirtualBox, just click here, download VirtualBox 7.0. Now select your current operating system on which you want to install Kali Linux. So in my case it is Windows, so I will just click here, and in your case it may be Mac operating system, so you will just click here. So I will just on Windows host. So it will start downloading here, as you can see. The second thing is the C++ redistributable file. So I will just give here C++ and here is it, C++ 2019 redistributable with up to down. This is the software we want to download. So I am using up to down website to download this software. So I will just click here, enter. Now open the first website. just click here, get the latest version, scroll down, and here you can see the download option. So just click here and it will also start downloading. As you can see, the downloading has started, and the third one will be the image file of Kali Linux. So just search here Kali Linux and hit enter, and just open the first website, click on download. We want to install the image file of Kali Linux, click here on recommended. Now from here you can start downloading the image file of Kali Linux. So if you have 64-bit operating system, so just click here and just click on this icon, so it will start downloading. It is almost 4 GB file. And if you are using 32-bit operating system, so just click here and then just click on this icon, so it will also start downloading. So now how can you check that what's operating system you are using? Just right click on this PC and go to properties. So here you can see I am using 64-bit operating system. So now I will just click on 64-bit and I will just click on this icon. So it will start downloading the image file of Kali Linux. So after downloading the setups, now it's time for installation. So first of all, I will install the C++ setup. So I will just click here and I agree, click here and install, and just click on yes. So my C++ setup is installed successfully. Now I will just close it. So now I will install the VirtualBox. So just double click here, click on yes. Now click on next, next, and yes. So it will start the installation. So everything, I will leave everything as default and click on yes and install. So my VirtualBox is installed. So I will just click on finish, and here you can see my VM machine is installed on my Windows 10. So I will just open it and now click here new, give the name which I am giving Kali Linux. Now here is your location where you want to download your Kali Linux. So I will just change my location. So I will click here on others and I will change my location to new volume D, because in local disk C I have no space. So now I will just click here, select folder. Now it's time for the ISO image. So I will just click here, click on others and select your ISO file which you had downloaded. So I will just go to my download directory. Now setup, and here you can see the image file of Kali Linux. So I will just select it and I will click on open. Now I will click on next. So I will just increase the base memory. I think it will be enough, and I will give 10 CPUs and click on next. So now you can customize your setting according to your system performance. So I will give 25 GB and click on next and finish. I will just start my Kali Linux. Now here you can see powering VM up. I will just maximize it and hit enter. So now as you can see that on the right side there are two messages, so ignore them or you can just cancel it because it's from the VM machine. So now go for the default setting. Now here it is asking the host name, so I will leave it default, which is 10, and I will click on continue. Domain name is home. Continue. Now here I will give my username. So my username will be Black Mask. In your case you can create your own username. So in my case I created Black Mask, and continue. And here is the username for my account. Now it is asking me to create a password, so I will just create a password, and my password will be 123, and here will be also 123, and continue. Now it asking configure the clock, so I will go for the default one and continue. Now select the first one, guided use entire disk, and click on continue. Continue, continue, and continue. Okay, now click on yes, continue. Now leave it default and just continue. So I will just click on continue. Now you can select your device manually, or you can do it automatically. So I will just select the second one and continue. Now I will just reboot my system, and that's all. So continue. So as you can see, our Kali Linux is downloaded and installed on our Windows 10 operating system. So I will just give my username, which was Black Mask, and my password was 123, and I will log in. Now I will just click on view menu, and from here I will select full screen mode, and do not show this message again, and click on switch. So as you can see, my Kali Linux system is completely running on my Windows 10 operating system. So at this point, if you have any question, you can ask in the comment section. Now moving forward in this video, let's talk about Kali Linux commands and some other concept. So I will just open my VirtualBox and I will start Kali Linux. I will just double click. Now I will just click on start button. I will give my username, which was Black Mask, and my password was 123, and hit enter. Now if you are facing black screen problem, so you can just minimize it and maximize it just like this, and your problem will be solved. So now let's talk about user interface, or it is also called UI. So it is the point of interaction between user and the computer. So mainly we have two types of interface. So the first one is GUI, graphical user interface, and another one is CLI, command line interface. So in graphical user interface, we interact with our computer with the help of graphs, icons and buttons. Let's suppose if I want to create a folder, so I will just right click here, and here I will click on create folder. Here is my folder name, which is new folder, and click on create. I create a new folder with the help of GUI, graphical user interface. And what is CLI? When I want to interact with a computer with the help of commands, command line interface. So I will give you an example. So I will just open my terminal. Now leave it that what I am doing. Just focus on CLI and GUI. So I created a folder which is folder 2 with the help of commands. I give command mkdir folder 2. So it is created by interacting with our CLI, command line interface. So GUI when we want to interact with the computer with the help of graphs, icons and button, and CLI when we interact with our computer with the help of commands. Let's suppose if I want to delete this file. Now leave it that what I am doing, just focus on CLI and GUI. RM minus RF and then folder 2. So it will be deleted as you are watching. So I have deleted this on CLI. Now I will delete this folder with the help of GUI. So I will just right click here, and here you can see the delete option. So just click here and it will be deleted. Now let's talk about Linux interface. So now as you can see at the top right bottom, here is the logout button. So if I just click here, now here is some options: logout, restart, shutdown, suspend, hibernate, hyper sleep, and switch user. It is as similar as in Windows. I will just show you. I will minimize it. I will click here. Now here you can see, if I power it, so here you can see restart, shutdown, sleep. So it is a similar option as we have in our Windows operating system. I hope you are understanding what I am saying. Now moving forward, so this is our log screen. If I just click here, so my screen will be logged. So I will again enter my password, which is 123, and hit enter. Now here shows my laptop battery. Now here it is notification area, and here we can adjust our volume, and this section is used for connection. Now it shows connected Wi-Fi or VPN connection, proxy chain connection, and this graph shows us our CPU usage. So my CPU usage is about 0.8%. So if I just open my search engine Firefox and I open my terminal, so as you are watching, my CPU usage graph is increasing, and here we can find our running program. So if I just close it, so just watch here, it will also disappear. Now this area can be used as a new desktop or as a new environment. Let's suppose if I open here a tool, let's suppose I open here SQL map. Now just leave it. What is SQL map? We will talk about in future. And I just click on 2. So I have got a new environment, a new desktop. So now this desktop is separated from our second one and our third one. So it is our separated environment, or you can say separated desktop. Here is our terminal. So when we want to give our commands, so we will use our terminal. With the help of terminal, we can give our commands, and it is also called CLI, command line interface. Now here is for our window. So I will just also full screen mode it. Here is our search engine. In Kali Linux, the default search engine will be Firefox. You can also download Google Chrome. And this is our text editor. Let's suppose if I open this, so I can just edit my text here, and it is our home directory. So for now leave it that what is directory, what is home directory. So we will talk about after covering the interface, and this part can minimize all open window and show the desktop. Let's suppose if I open again some terminals and some search engine. So if I just click here, so now it is minimized. So if I just click here, so it is restored now, and here you can find your ethical hacking tools. So let's suppose in information gathering we have DNS analysis, SMTP analysis, password cracking, wireless attacks, reverse engineering. So now let's talk about some basic Kali Linux commands. So I will just open my terminal, and for zooming in and for zooming out, so I have a shortcut. Just hold Ctrl Shift and click on plus button. So it will increase the size of our terminal, and for decreasing the size you can just hold Ctrl and minus. So it will decrease your terminal size. So I will just increase by Ctrl Shift and plus. Now if I just type here ls, so here you can see the directories. So directory is a special type of file that contain another file or directories. It is as similar to as folder, and folder and directory are both are same. In Windows we use the term folder, and in Kali Linux and in Linux operating system we use the term directory. So we can store our file in our directory or folder. So as you can see, if I just ls it, so now ls command is used for to check your directories and files. I will repeat it again. ls command is used for to check directories and folders. Let's suppose if I just enter it again, ls, and hit enter. So as you can see, desktop is my directory, documents, downloads, music, picture, public, template, videos, all these are directories. It is like folder. You can just take it as a folder. And if I show you that what's my current directory, so I will just give here pwd. So as you can see, I am in home directory, and in home directory there is another directory which is known as black mask. So I am in black mask directory. So if I want to change my directory, so I will just give here cd and desktop and hit enter. So as you can see, I am on my desktop now. So if I just search it again, that what's my current directory, so I will just give again pwd and hit enter. So as you can see, the first one was home, and in home I was in black mask, and here I'm in home, and in home I'm in black mask, and in black mask I'm in desktop. So for checking file and folders in your current directory, you can use ls command, and for checking your current directory, that in what directory am I, so you can use pwd, and for changing directory you can use cd command, change directory, and then you can just name your directory. Now moving forward, let's suppose if I want to create a file. Let's suppose if I want to create a file on my desktop, so I will just type here touch, and here will be my file name. So I will just give my file name file 1 and hit enter. So as you can see, I created a new file using touch command. So repeating again, touch command is used for to create files. Touch command is used for to create files. You will just type here touch and then the name of your file. If I just create another file, file 2, so file 2 is also created. And let's suppose if I just ls it, that show me other directory and files in my current directory which is desktop. So I will just use ls, so hit enter now. So as you can see, I have two files, one is file 1 and one is file 2, and here you can also see the file 1 and file 2. So touch command is used for to create files. And what's about directory? Let's suppose if I want to make a directory, in simple word, let's suppose I want to create a folder. So mkdir, it's mean make directory. So mkdir folder 1 and hit enter. If I just give here ls, so you can see here is my file 1, here is my file 2 which we have created using touch command, and here is our directory which we had created with the help of mkdir directory. Let's talk about this command. Why we use cd space dot dot, cd space dot dot. If I just enter it, so as you can see I move backward. So if I just check that in what directory am I, so I will just give here pwd and enter. So as you can see I move backward by using the command cd space dot dot. So if I give cd space dot dot again, so now I will move into my home directory. Just watch it. And if I pwd again, so as you can see I move backward. And if I type here that in home directory show me other directory, ls is used for to show other directories in your current directory. My current directory is home and I want to check other directory and folder in my home, so I will use ls. So if I just enter it, so here you can see in home directory I have one more directory which is known as black mask. So I will just move into black mask by cd black mask and hit enter. Now as you can see I move forward. In fact I will give ls to check it. So as you can see in black mask directory I have these directories. So I am just doing a little practice in order to understand you. So now I will just go to download directory. So cd is used for changing directory and I want to change my directory. So I will just give here cd download. Now watch out your spelling. Here you can't give small d, so you can just type here the exact name of your directory and hit enter. So now I am on my download directory, and if I here make a file, touch file, let's suppose 1, and hit enter, and if I show you here ls, so here you can see here is my file. Now I will just cd space dot dot for going one step backward, enter, ls it. Now for going one step forward, cd desktop and hit enter. So now I am on my desktop. If I show you my other directory and files, so I will just give ls command, and here you can see files, file 1, file 2, folder 1. And what will I do to get into folder 1? So again I will give folder 1 here and enter. So now if I just give here pwd, so as you can see in home I am in black mask, and black mask I am in desktop, and in desktop I am in folder 1 directory. So here it shows my path. I will just clear the terminal. So for clearing the terminal, as you can see I have done a lot of stuffs and confusing things. So for clearing this I will just give here clear command and hit enter. Let's talk about the command for entering and reading a content of a file. So as you know that I have 2 files and 1 folder on my desktop, mean I have 2 files and 1 directory on my desktop. For reading its content, that what data is in file 1, so I will just give here cat command, cat and then file name, so it is file 1, cat file 1 and hit enter. So as you can see there is no data. So for entering data or content you will use echo command, echo, and here I will enter my message. Let's suppose our data, this is a message, and then greater than symbol, and here will be our file name. So I will just type file1 and hit enter. So now if I give command cat file1 and hit enter, so as you can see, this time it shows some content. So in file1 we have some text. In file1 I enter some data with the help of echo command, and cat is used for to check the content of a file. Echo command is used for to enter data or content, and cat command is used for to check data or content in a file. So if I just open this with my GUI, so here you can see this is a message. Now let's talk about how can I delete a file or a directory. So if I just give here ls command and I want to delete file1. So for deleting file1 I will use rm command, file name, which is in my case file1, and hit enter. So as you can see it is deleted. If I check it again by ls, so here my file1 is deleted. And if I just try on my folder1, which is a directory, so it won't delete it because rm cannot remove folder1 because it is a directory. Folder1 is our directory. So for deleting a directory I will use rm minus rf command and then our directory name, which is folder1, and hit enter. For deleting a file you will use rm command, and for deleting a directory you will use rm minus rf command. There is another command, history. If I just type here is history, so it will show my all command, which what am I doing, history. Okay, so if I just give here history, so it will show all the command which I have entered. So now let's talk about user. So we have two types of user. One is regular user and another is super user or root user. So in regular user, if I want to install a tool, or if I want to change something in my operating system, so I will not be able to do or to bring these changes because regular user does not have the rights to change something or to update or to install software. So let's suppose if I give here apt install nmap, which is used for network testing or network scanning. So if I just enter it, so as you can see it is crying. It's showing error. And for regular user, this is the symbol of regular user. And you can also check that whether I am a regular user or a root user. So as you can see my text, it is in blue color. So whenever you have a blue color text, you don't have the rights and you are a regular user. So for converting into a super user, a root user, just type here sudo su and hit enter, and here you will give your password, which was 123, and hit enter. Now see the magic. This is our blue color, which was in regular user, and this is our red color, which is in super user, root user. So now I am in my root. For root user or super user we have hash symbol, and for regular user we have dollar symbol. Now if I give this command, just copy it, Control Shift C. For copying a command in a terminal, you can use Control Shift C because Control C is not working. And for pasting here, click on Control Shift V and hit enter. Now it's asking, do you want to install or not? So I will just continue my installation and just click here Y and hit enter. So my nmap tool is downloading. Now it is fetching all the files which is required from different kind of APIs. It's mean from different kind of websites. It is fetching. Now as you can see my nmap is installed. So in regular user we were not able to install. So I will just clear it again. So root is also called a super user because whenever we are in root we can control our operating system. We can do anything whatever we want. We can damage our system, we can apply changes, we can bring changes, we can install our tools, we can install everything whatever we want. We can update our system whenever we are in our root or in super user, super directory. I will just repeat it again. Getting into the root, I will just use sudo su and hit enter, and here I will give my password 123 and hit enter. Now let's talk about text editor. So in Kali Linux, a text editor is a software application used to create, modify and manage text file. And text editor are important tool for tasks such as scripting, coding, configuration and note taking. So let's suppose if I want to make a program, so I can use IDE, integrated development environment. And if I don't have IDE, so I can use, so in Linux operating system I can use our text editor. Now there are many text editors which can be used for this purpose. Most commonly used text editor are Nano, Vim, Vi, Micro. So these are the most commonly used text editors in our Kali Linux. So in this video we will talk about Nano, which is user friendly, and another thing is it is best for beginners. So I will just open my terminal. I will increase the size by Ctrl Shift plus, and I will get into the root sudo su 123, and now I will get into desktop because I want to make a file on my desktop. Now if I just type here nano and then our file name, let's suppose file1, and .py is the extension of Python. So in file1 I will just write a basic program just to show you that how can you write your own program in your text editor. So I am using Nano, it is my text editor, and here is my file name. So I will just hit enter. So here is my text editor. I will just write a short script. So I will just type here a equal to input, enter your number /n, and then closing brackets again, input, no, small input, enter your second number /n, and then print. I will use here f string, the sum is a plus b, and in this program ab is our variable which is used for to store data, and input function can be used to take data from the user. So for saving this program I will just type here Ctrl X and then Y and hit enter. So now I will just run this file. So as you know, I wrote this program in Python, so I will just type here Python and then our file name, which is file1.py, actually file1.py, and hit enter. So enter your first number, let's suppose 2, enter your second number 3 or 32, and the sum will be 34. So I write a short program using Python in text editor Nano. Now let's talk about file permissions control in Kali Linux. So it is the most important concept. So in Kali Linux, file permission control decided that who can read, write or execute a file. These permissions are crucial for system security and management. Let's suppose if I have a file, if I have an important document and I want to secure it, let's suppose in my system I have multiple user and I want to protect my important document from them that they should not execute and they should not change something in my document. So I can use file permission control concept. If I just type here ls command, so it shows all the files and directories in my desktop. So as you can see. Now what's about file permission control? So if I just type here ls minus l command and hit enter. Now what's this? So here R stand for read, W stand for write, and X stand for execute. So first 3 shows permission for the user, and then another 3 shows permission for the associated group, and the last 3 shows permission for others. So our owner can read, write, execute the file 1.py. And if I just go with the associated group, so associated group can only just read and execute, they cannot write, and same for as others. And here it shows the first one, it shows directory on which file 1.py is created, and same for file 2, file 3. So if I just give the permission for file 3 for all the user, let's suppose associated group, others, and owner, to execute. Okay, to execute. So I will just type here chmod because I want to change its mood. So chmod plus x and then our file 3. So as you know that file 3 can be read and write, but we cannot execute because here x is missing. So if I just enter it, and if I just check again the permission by ls minus l and hit enter, so now as you can see we have give the permission for executing the file 3. Here was not given, and here we give the permission to execute our file 3. And let's suppose in file 1.py I just want to remove the execute permission. So I will just type here chmod minus x small and then our file name, which is file 1.py, and hit enter, and ls minus l. So first it was executable, and after giving this command chmod minus x file 1.py, I have taken the executable permission, so we cannot execute file 1.py. So if you are a beginner, so I think it will be enough in file permission control. In upcoming video we will cover its advanced part also. So I will just clear it. Now I will talk about some most commonly used command. So one is who am I. It shows our owner, so our owner is root. And another is, let's suppose if I want to update my Linux operating system, so I will just type here apt get update. So now it is updating. So for this time I will just cancel it, I will kill this process. So for killing this process I will just click on Control plus C. So for killing a process you will just type here Control and C, so it will cancel the process. Now one is git clone. So git clone is the most important and most useful command. So git clone is used for when we want to clone a URL. So I will just give this URL and I will hit enter. So it will start cloning. Now it is asking me for username and password. So for now I will just cancel it. So with these commands we are ready to move on into our ethical hacking part. So in that part we will cover some cyber attacks, some basic phishing attack, DDoS attack, and MITM attack. So let's dive into it. So what is cybersecurity? So cybersecurity is the practice of protecting computer, server, network, and data from unauthorized access, attacks, damage, or thieves or unethical hackers. It involves a variety of technologies, processes, and practice designed to safeguard digital information and ensure that the system remains secure and reliable. Now let's talk about cyber attack. A cyber attack is when someone tries to break into a computer system. They might want to steal information or cause damage. It involves phishing attack, malware, ransomware, DDoS attack, MITM attack, SQL injection, brute force attack, social engineering, zero-day attack, and password attacks. So in this video we will talk about its introduction, and in upcoming video we will do some practical jobs. So now what is phishing? So phishing trick you into giving away personal information like password or credit card number by pretending to be someone you trust, often through fake emails or website. For example, you get an email that looks like it's from your bank asking you to log in, but it is actually a scam, and someone send you a link that open and you will get 1k followers on TikTok, on Instagram. So don't do that because it is a phishing attack. Now let's talk about malwares. So malware is harmful software that can damage your computer, steal your data, or take control of your system. The types of malware includes virus, ransomware, and spyware. Example, you download a file that secretly install a virus on your computer, which then deletes important file, or it can access your computer with the help of that virus or malware. Talking about ransomware, ransomware lock your file and demands money to unlock them. It's related to encryption and decryption. For example, your computer gets infected and all your documents are encrypted. A message appears demanding payment to unlock them, and your all data will be converted into hash form, just like this. Now talking about DDoS attack, distributed denial of service attack. So a DDoS attack affects a website or a server with too much traffic, causing it to slow down or crash, making it unavailable to user. Example, a popular website goes down because it's began flooded with fake traffic. Now talking about MITM attack, so it stands for man in the middle attack. So in MITM attack, a hacker secretly interrupt the communication between two parties like you and a website, and might steal or alter the information. Example, you think you are securely logging into your bank, but a hacker is secretly intercepting and stealing your login detail. So it is called MITM attack. Now what is SQL injection? So SQL injection is a way of intersecting malicious code into a website database through a form or link, allowing hacker to access or change the data. Example, a hacker adds special code to a login form to access the website database. Talking about brute force attack. So a brute force attack involves repeatedly trying different passwords until the correct one is found. Example, a hacker uses a program to guess your password by trying thousands of combinations of password. Now moving forward, talking about social engineering. So in social engineering, it's involved tracking people into giving their confidential information by manipulating them, often by pretending to someone they trust. Example, a hacker calls you pretending to be farm tech support and convince you to give them your password. Or someone calls you and he acts like that he is your friend. So don't give him your personal information because he might be someone else. Talking about zero-day attack. So a zero-day attack takes advantage of a software flaw that the software maker does not know about yet, so it hasn't been fixed. Example, a hacker finds a new bug in a popular apps and uses it to break into people's system before it's patched. Let's talk about password attacks. So password attacks involving trying or steal or guess your password to access your account. For example, a hacker uses your leaked password from another site to log in into your email. So just be careful that what is going around yourself and protect your personal data and information by keeping a close eye on it. So for this video, it will be enough. So if you like this basic course, you can like and subscribe the channel. If you have any question, write in the comment section, and see you in the next video with its practical example. And watch out for scammers and hackers. See you and take care.